Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Lone Star Radio on my mind. So won't you kick your feet?
Welcome to the Texas Ticket Show. This is Armando. I'm with Allison Germann. Welcome, Allison.
Turn your radio.
Thank you for having me here today.
I'm glad you're here. And you know, I've heard a lot about your way, your thing, what you do. Tell us a little bit about you, Allison.
All right, so I am the owner and baker of Wildflower Eatery, and we are located in Conroe, Texas.
Okay, cool.
We do all organic, all sourdough baked goods. So we have a large variety of baked goods.
And you do the KOA campground, right?
We do the KOA campground. You will see us there.
Farmers Market.
Farmers Market, correct. Off of Highway 105. We're there every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you got the you've got the one of the it's not English muffins.
The English muffins, yes.
Sourdough English muffins.
Sourdough English muffins.
They look like those Japanese pancakes. They're like
they're big,
they're
fluffy.
like big fluffy.
We like
looking.
puffy and fluffy. Don't
Man,
puffy and fluffy is way to go.
They were fabulous, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And we've seen your fair at other places. Tell us a little bit about some of your consignment places they can buy your baked goods.
All right. So we are located in several places around the area. Our new one is Ranch Revival, and that's in Montgomery.
With the goats.
With the goats.
And the cows. The little,
and the mini Highland cows.
Highland cows.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Highland cows. They look like kids. They do. They got that look like they're a baby cow the whole time. He's like, no, it's full grown.
The goats they're hilarious.
They are baby goats, but
They are.
the cows just look like baby cows. I was like, so Justin, are they for eating? And he goes, nobody eats these. Nobody? Come on. Somebody ate them. Yeah.
We don't want to think that way.
Yeah, he goes, yeah. And I'm like, how much for a couple of the baby goats? And he's like, what? Cabrito, you're not into this? And he's oh yeah, he's new, he's a new rancher. You know, he's doing the petting zoo thing.
Yeah, a new rancher. He's doing great so far. So
goats multiply fast.
They do multiply
like, man,
fast.
you're gonna need to come up with a plan. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, if not right now, eventually there's gonna have to be a goat strategy for what you do with all the goats. Because one, they don't stay petting zoo size baby goats forever,
right?
And two, they're dang good eating.
Goat is good.
I like some cabrito. And so, but he said he refuses. He goes, if I raise them and bottle feed them, I'll be darned if somebody's gonna slow smoke them. I'm like, okay, whatever.
We'll see how it goes.
Right. I mean, and when we talk about ranch to table, he's working a business model, and some of these other people are too. So when I see integrable products of people who are working an oven and real flour and real vanilla and making real product like real sourdough, and I think that brings the integrity to his endeavor as well as some of the other places. Tell me about some of the other folks.
Definitely. So we also deliver to two other places in the Willis area. We do Goodgrass Farm Store, and she does milk as there, and then we do Twisted Tea Farm Store.
Oh yeah,
he makes all his
Magnolia, right?
No, that's in Willis.
Twisted Teas in Willis?
Yeah,
okay.
And he makes jams. He does a lot of canning. His own peanut butter, his own...
Who is this again?
Twisted Tea Farm Store.
Twisted Tea Farm Store. Make sure you talk close to that mic, or they might not be able to hear you.
Twisted Tea Farm Store, and that's owned by Patrick and Rachel. And they are great people. Other areas where we deliver is in the Woodlands, and that's off of Sawdust at Katie's Real Holistic Marketplace.
Oh, cool.
So it's a little hidden, but it's a hidden gem. It's a really nice market, and she has a lot of local vendors as well.
And if they miss you there, they can just head up to KOA, right? And get the freshest affair.
Oh, yeah, the freshest affair.
Yeah.
So we deliver to Katie every Tuesday through Thursday. So she gets fresh baked bread every day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
We do in Spring, Cypress area, Farley's Fit Kitchen, and that one's an online ordering. But
cool.
Yeah, they get deliveries from us. And then we also do the Ranch Revival, the KOA Campground. And then I started a a farmer's market. It's every Thursday. It's a small one. There's like 5 of us vendors, and it's in the Wood Forest area, and that's our local hall on New Day Avenue.
Really?
And that
I
one's
think
from-
that was on
yeah.
my the local hall Wood Forest event. That was on my list of questions for you and that was your own event.
Well, our Stephanie from Vincent Farms, she also provides Two Ranch Revival. She's
Okay.
the one that started it, and she's like, "Hey, you wanna come vend some bread here?" I was like, "Why not?"
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
What's a booth cost? Are y'all still taking in vendors?
We are taking vendors as of right now, since it's so small. No booth cost.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, and they can reach out to you for that?
They can reach out to
How do
us.
they get hold of you?
You could either contact me at wildflowereatery.com or come to the campground. Come to the market and visit me. Let's talk.
Awesome. So today on the show, now, and I know we didn't come here to talk about fresh pastries, although I could indulge in hours of this kind of programming, but we have the Old Oak Tap House, the Old Oak Tap House in Plantersville. The owner, Jeanne Petrillo, is going to be with us. We got a musical guest, Shaneludwig, is going to be with us today.
Shane.
And we also have the trivia group that works over at Guadalajara's. They're going to come tell us all about that, and they're going to trivia us up a little bit. You know,
Sounds
it's
good.
kind of like a Family Feud thing where there's
Yeah.
not really a wrong answer. 100 people surveyed, top 10 answers on the board. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he's not really wrong. I was like, you can't do one of those things where you just make me look dumb the whole time. I'm sure
It's all right.
he's good at it. He's got some tricky questions. Well, let's get this show
get it
started.
going.
Here in the studio, we have with us Jeanne Petrillo, owner, wife, co-proprietor there, operator, magician.
One and only.
One and only. Okay. So welcome to the show, Ms. Petrillo.
Thank you very much.
I'm glad you're here. And you own the
Old Oak.
Old Oak Tap House in Plantersville.
There you go.
And y'all brew a lot of beer out there?
We do not brew.
We got beer though.
We got beer.
Oh yeah, well, there you go. That's more than half the problem. But you're Texas-based beers. You're an event venue. You're
Exactly.
restaurant fare as well. You're
Yes.
bringing food to the table. I saw some pictures today about your food.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
We have
good.
really good chefs. We have our in-house baker. I was telling her.
Oh, cool.
Excuse me. And we have mixed drinks. We have wine, and we have craft beer and bottled beer.
Cool. And you're on 105 West, just past Bernhardt Winery on the right-hand side. Large facility.
Before.
Okay, so before Bernhardt, coming from Montgomery.
Yes.
Okay.
We're 1 mile inside of Grimes County.
I see. And you're on the right-hand side there,
We are.
and it's a big facility, little barn-style, open air. Is there indoor stuff there too, or is it
Absolutely.
just all the? Okay, so
Absolutely.
both. All right. Animals? Can I bring my dog?
Yeah.
You can.
Any goats?
Yes. Yes.
You got goats.
We don't have
you
goats.
don't got goats
Well, I
yet?
have sheep next door, but they're not mine.
Okay.
That counts. I can reach.
It does count?
Yeah, I
you
can
can
pet
walk
it.
out the back door and watch them and the horses.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Yeah. You do any riding out there?
I don't. They do.
They do. Yeah.
They're not on my property. They it's very country out there.
It is.
I mean, you're 10 miles from Montgomery, but you're like out in the middle of nowhere. Everything's coming
beautiful
to me.
nowhere.
All the housing is being built up out there, so hoping for good things.
Yeah, and you do musical entertainment there as
We
well,
do.
and all other
Saturday
kinds
and
of fun.
Sunday.
Okay.
5 to 8 on Saturday, 2 to 5 on Sunday.
Cool. How long y'all been out there?
It's just 4 years.
4 years.
Just this month.
What was it before? It was something.
It was
else.
Haggard's Country Store.
Haggard's. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he did some good furniture and a lot of metal work.
Kind of looked like had a lot of different metal things outside to symbolize his metal work.
He
and
did.
real rustic, but it looks real contemporary now. It's really attractive.
Yeah,
I
we
love
tried. We tried.
Yeah, it cleaned up
Yeah.
nice.
The biggest compliment we get is that it has a really good vibe, like very homey.
Thanks.
But it is very modern, in my opinion. But
I drive by. I think it looks modern. It looks clean. It's got a real
Yes.
good what is it? Curb appeal. Yeah. Have you been out to that
I
area?
have
of the
not.
woods?
Oh, you
I have
should.
not. So I'm fairly new to the city.
Yeah.
I am from West Texas, El Paso. So I've been here for 3 years.
I've been here
in
4.
Conroe. So yeah,
Have you ever been out to Big Bend?
I haven't.
No.
No.
Fort Stockton?
Yes.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
much there.
Not much there.
Were you in
Midland,
transit?
Odessa.
Yeah. You were in between places.
Yeah.
Everybody stops at Fort Stockton.
Yeah, exactly.
80% of them
Yeah.
stayed at the same hotel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and the Trilingua and all that down there.
Yeah.
If I was in El Paso, I'd be a magnet. Did you do a lot of New Mexico and stuff?
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes away from El Paso. It's not even that far. So
Really?
it's right across the street.
Where'd you come from before?
Ohio.
Ohio. Wow. Tell me the story. What brought the Ohio girl to
So family
Plantersville?
was here. I came down for my granddaughter's graduation from A&M, and they said, "Hey, let's open a bar. It'll be fun." So
Sounds
we
like the
looked at
beginning of Die
property.
Hard.
Right?
Have a few drinks, have a few laughs. It'll be
It's like
fun.
Die Hard. Yeah. So we looked at property, and as every good real estate agent does, they drive you around in circles, and I had no idea where I was.
Yeah.
And so we bought a property.
Sure.
What the heck?
Just, yeah,
Sold
why not?
everything we had, came on down here, and we're driving from Conroe, and I'm going, where the heck is this place? I mean, she was like way out there for me, 27 miles from here. I was like, good Lord. Anyway, so
Yeah.
as families do, the family left, but there I am.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So, yeah, my husband and I ran it until March when he passed. And
Oh,
so
I'm sorry.
it's been me for the last 10 months or so. So it's got my feet back underneath of me and got my sparkle back. So I'm
Good.
doing
How's
good.
your health? You all right? You healthy? You feeling
I'm
good?
75 and I'm healthy as an ox.
Good.
So
good.
I
Yeah.
run all
75. Good
Yeah,
night.
you
You don't
look
look
great.
75.
75.
I say that because
Just
your
in
hair's
December.
got color.
Yeah, just
hopeful.
made it.
I'm not sure mine's gonna make it.
So
I feel I'm graying and it's all falling out. It's like, man.
I just
aging.
read that it's all attitude.
Is it?
If you don't think you're old, you're not.
Well, most men don't.
You have to. That is true.
We just keep thinking, y'all act like children. Am I not one? I gotta go look in the mirror again and remind myself. Oh yeah, probably not fitting all this. Oh, dang it. Yeah, this is not matching my mindset.
Well, of course it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a 35-year-old mind and a 75-year-old body, but
That's generous. And what happens out there? What goes on? People hang out, they have a few drinks, listen to music, have some laughs. What do y'all do?
yes, that. And we have, like, we just had a party for a baptism.
Oh, nice.
At St. Mary's, because that's around the corner.
It's down the way. Yeah, we go there.
With Father Ed. And so that baby was originally the engagement party a couple years ago for the parents, and then their rehearsal dinner. And then
But you could do all that there.
I do.
huh?
I did it all,
Yeah.
and so it's generational. They come back and they have their parties there,
That's
and it's
awesome.
yes, it's a lot of fun. We just had a rehearsal dinner for quite a large party, and we love those because that's where my background is banquets. I came from Cleveland, but I was trained in St. Louis, and so it was banquets are my jam. I like.
How many could you get out there? Sit down dinner.
I can get probably 100 to 125.
Nice.
Sit down.
Nice. And your chef's good with that? Comfortable
Oh
with
yeah,
100 plus?
absolutely.
Okay.
He shines at that.
Oh, outstanding. Yeah. It gives you a lot more options to make meals that are. I mean, I think about times I had to cook for one, and it was so much more difficult. I'm like, they don't pack food this way.
Right.
You know what I mean? No matter how small I try to purchase,
They don't.
I don't. So when I get the bulk purchasing, typically comes comfortably in bulk.
Well, plus you set it up, and then we even do it. We do some rehearsal dinners that are like 30 people. We stay open, and we put them aside with a buffet and everything, and then we can still be open in the other part of the building, and everybody's really respectful for the speeches that they give about how great the bride was when she was little, all that stuff. They just join right in, and they're quiet during the prayers, and so it's a very family oriented restaurant.
It is. It is. It seems like it's got that air about it, and I look forward to visiting and coming out there. I haven't been, but I assumed it was a beer bar. And I didn't realize you had a full menu and you could serve dinner. I mean, I'm sure, and I want to say, like Bernhardt, they're a charcuterie pretty much only unless it's a specific event for food-based stuff, which is not very common. I mean, I think the last time I went, it was the chocolate one. And so wine imports chocolates and fruits and that are covered in chocolate, but I am starving and half lit when I come out of there. You know what I mean? Man, I've eaten all the chocolate a human should consume. And, I love the port wine, but it's fortified wine, so it's a little stronger than the other wines. And, I'm there. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yes.
but I'm still starving.
So we kind of work together where they have concerts after we close. So we feed the people that are going up there so they don't get too snockered while they're up there.
That's a great call. Yeah, getting a full stomach before the something like that. Because I mean, a bottle of wine's a bottle of wine, and but I do hang out and linger about. We're still slipping the whole time, and it's sort of a hand holder. But that's not always what you want to do when you go out. You know what I mean? She's a fair weather friend. We're just going together to a place that. Stop it! I don't know. It was the music. I was getting into it. I couldn't help it. You know what I mean? It's like okay. It's just got that. It's romantic. That kind of thing. Versus
It's very pretty up there.
It is versus the family fair around the corner. And we love the Blue Bonnet Wine Trail. So what do you got coming up? What's on the schedule? What's the calendar look like?
Well, we have different genres of music all the time because I get bored. So I can't do all country or anything. So I have cover bands. I have a red dirt country, and I have 70s, 80s. And this weekend is Bill Moak, which is going to be red dirt country.
Is that Junior Moak's brother?
Cousin, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, the Moaks are all kind of related.
I don't know.
She said it, I did. Someone's cousin.
Well, and then we have crawfish starting next month, around the 21st.
Wow, that's fantastic. Man,
That's awesome.
didn't
I
even
had
think
my
about
first
it.
crawfish last year.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Did you? I'm up to
I
about
know.
6. I can't eat too many of them. But
No, I'll go to town in there. Well, we ought to work something out.
Okay.
I trade for crawfish.
trade what?
But, sing, I dance. I'll be part of that Saturday entertainment. Who's that guy? He's working for crawfish. Just let him go. Times are tough. You know what I mean? He'll be fine.
What people will do for crawfish.
Are you
my
enjoying the
goodness.
show, ma'am? I said, what? It's all right, I guess. Can we pick up the beat? But yeah, you've got music. You've got some other shows that come out on the regular, and kind of something you could look forward to every weekend, I'd
Right.
assume. Okay.
Right.
And how do you pick your bands? How do you find out who you're going to have out there? Just anybody who calls?
We used to do open mic. We used to do open mic and have them come so I can at least hear them, because what you hear on your phone isn't
Of
exactly
course.
what you're getting. But I've used the same bands for pretty much 3 years. Some of them are getting known and moving on, and so I got to replace. So I'm getting new ones for March. I'm getting new bands coming.
Okay. Well, we got some aspiring musicians that we've had come through here that are always out there to get introduced to to venues, and I wanted to say yours is a new venue, but as far as the reach goes, there's a lot of new places in that vicinity that are all entertainment based to draw in crowds, and they rely on outside businesses
Or that
because
take children.
you can't rely on the you can't rely on the city of Plantersville to support your business. I mean, there's just not enough
I
people.
don't even think they're. No, I'm in Plantersville.
Yeah, and there's just not enough. Like Montgomery has over 45 businesses and maybe
Correct.
a population of like 1,400. I mean, clearly we need to influence outside guests to come to our
Yes.
town.
So many houses are being built out there.
Yep. Well,
So-
one day, we'll probably have enough residents there to support those businesses. But in the meantime, I think giving them the draw, getting that country feel, that escape, that this isn't home. I'm not on 1960.
Right.
I'm not on this city style. Do you? And you said all your beers are Texas based.
They are.
Your music is mixed. What about the food? Do you what kind of food are you putting on the table?
Chef really likes Italian, so we have really good pastas and pizzas.
Okay.
But we also do paninis, bread.
Sandwich.
We do charcuterie boards. We do our bang bang shrimp is really, really good. We make our own jalapeno dip in our bang bang sauces. We all make in house. We have salads. We have steaks. We have poor boy sandwiches. We have Cubans. We just
Very nice.
we add and subtract. We have fish and chips. We had it for Lent last year, and there's a lot of British out in that area, and they really liked it. So we put it back. We put it on the menu permanently.
Pollock?
Pardon me?
Pollock? What kind of fish?
Cod.
Okay.
Cod.
Cod? Okay.
Nice big pieces of cod.
Good. I stopped eating tilapia after it was on America's Dirtiest Jobs. Remember that show?
Yes. It was a bit. I love
It's like
that show.
the only reason I asked, I feel like I'm getting picky all of a sudden, but I'm like, not really. It's the fact that you're not picky at all.
Yeah.
Makes me have to start getting a little picky. But that was one of the other reasons I thought the holistic mindset. Everybody's complaining about different types of foods, and
Right.
this is bad, and they no longer tell you the orientation of your meat, where it came from. I got GMOs. I got those other things I can't even tell you what it is. I mean, I was looking at the back of I had an imported thing of black tea, and take that tea very serious. It's up there with coffee. So when I looked in the back, the ingredients had black tea, the only thing. And I'm like, man, look at the unicorn. You look at the unicorn.
Exactly.
It's just black tea.
Yes.
Like, wow.
No additives.
And I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. But it looks like it was packed to go to the next lunar mission. You know what I mean? It's the can pops when I open it. I bring
Right.
out some shrink wrap paper you can't tear with your hands, cut into the, and it's like, man,
Serious.
still black
Yeah.
tea. It's still exactly
We're not
what it
playing
was
around
supposed to
here.
be. Yeah, but this brings on a little extra cost. Tea's a little more pricey, and it's not always available, but you're going to live longer, and everything costs a little more these days, and you manage your meals, you manage your diet, and you go out to places that have these considerations, and put good food in front of you. It seems to be the right way to go. And
It is.
yeah. And so that more scratch cooking, I think, is a big appeal these days. And having a chef on hand out there is golden. It means there's not a microwave and a young lady just nuking everything that's
Gives me
pre-made.
consistency.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he cooks it the same way every time. There's not somebody else stepping in on Tuesday,
Right.
It's
Well,
the same.
when are you open?
I'm open Wednesday through Sunday.
Wednesday through Sunday. Okay.
Wednesday through Saturday, 12 to 8, and Sundays, 12 to 6.
And this weekend, like Friday night, what time do you open?
Friday night, 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. And you stay open till 2 or 1? Or
8.
Till 8. Okay.
Honestly, it is so dark out there, and 70 miles an hour, and those crazy people out there.
Sure.
You're just safer
Saturday
having
the
a few
same?
drinks with me and then going back towards your house and drinking more.
Yeah, sure. And then Saturday the same?
Same.
Yeah. And our thought was you can't go around telling people you've been drinking all day if you started at noon. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's got to be like some Presidente Brandy with your breakfast, and then a beer with your eggs, that kind of, otherwise you've just been drinking since lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't think you got too much to worry about is my point there.
Out there, always.
Because they started early. I mean, those guys. So I want to make sure they know where you're at. You're at 17527 Highway 105.
East, believe it or not.
Why does it say that?
That's the mailing address.
It ain't east. It's west and
I
the state
understand
come.
that
But
perfectly.
the mailing address does say 105 East, but it's west. It's right past Montgomery, going towards Bryan. And the number out there is what number do you have them call if they need to call?
To actually get somebody to answer the phone, 440-281-0354.
Okay, and you can find them at
Yeah, there's a 973
Taphouse.
number that
.com. OldOakTaphouse.com. And do you keep the upcoming schedule so we know who's playing
yes, I
this
post
weekend?
them on Facebook.
Super. So Facebook, you can catch out theoldoaktaphouse.com or Old Oak Tap House. You can find it. It was pretty easy for me to find. Ms. Petrillo, I want to thank you for coming to visit our studio today,
you.
telling us about your place, this little gem, and it's in our wheel of our little wine beer tour of West or East in your case, but West 105's, different establishments out there that may be overlooked, and maybe they just don't know. Like I wasn't really 100% on the fare, so it's nice to know. Full kitchen. Open for weddings, rehearsals, and events. Has that availability. Live music every weekend. You can come out and visit the Oak Tap House and Old Oak Tap House in Plantersville and meet Miss Petrillo and the team out there. What is it? Wednesday through Sunday.
That's correct.
There it is.
Thank
you
you.
for
Great.
coming, Miss Petrillo. I appreciate you. Folks, we'll be back after this with more of the Texas Ticket.
Down 4.5. Lone Star.
Car enthusiasts of Conroe, FM 104.5 and 106.1 Lone Star Community Radio invites you to shift into gear every Monday from 1 to 2 with Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy for news on all things automotive in the greater Houston-Conroe area. Can't make a live show? We've got you covered. You can find all of our uncut content, including full episodes on Spotify, iTunes, Play Store, YouTube, Facebook, and irlonestar.com. Again, that's Mondays 1 to 2, Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy. See you there.
Welcome back to the Texas Ticket to Ceremony, and Allison again, German here with
Hey
me.
guys.
Well, I'm glad you're here, Allison.
I'm glad to
You
be
all
here
right?
as
You
well.
holding out okay?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Are you thinking about your next baking?
I am.
What's in the oven
February.
right now?
We got breads and bagels.
Breads and bagels.
Yeah.
Man, I'm excited about all of that. I figure some of that's coming my way eventually.
Of course, always.
You know, not that you can pay nonprofit organizations, but you sure can feed them.
Oh, yes, we can.
I'll take.
I don't mind
bread all
sharing.
day. Here in the studio, I have Carlos Holstein, Trivia Time Entertainment.
Howdy.
Welcome to the show, Carlos.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Man, I'm excited. I this is the guy that's been tearing me up every week. He does Tuesdays at Guadalajara's. You do trivia time there, and man, I and other places. He'll let you tell us all about that. But I'm just my experience is getting my butt kicked in this trivia game that somehow people seem to know the answers. You know, it's hard.
It can be hard, but at times it can be pretty. I feel like I try and make it easy and accessible to a lot of people. So my questions, or the questions we do, we find that other hosts and entertainers, they like to make it really hard and really challenging. I like it to always be something that's like, oh, I should have known that, or it's the answer is something that's obvious, but the way it was worded or the question, it kind of you had to think about it a couple times. But I tend to find that my teams are pretty successful, and I get a lot of people coming back. So on Tuesdays, I do Guadalajara's downtown Conroe, their new location. Absolutely love it. And then I am the resident entertainer at B52 Brewery on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Oh wow, didn't know that.
So
Fantastic.
so that's just west of the center of Conroe, but still in Conroe itself. And it is on Wednesdays we do a musical bingo game show, super fun. Go bingo to the beat, and then on Thursdays I do trivia.
Bingo to the beat.
Bingo to the beat. I've always got a marketing. So bingo to the beat on Wednesdays, trivia time on Thursdays, and then I have a Friday Night Feud game show on Friday nights.
What?
And it's like Family Feud, where your team and other teams, they go head to head. We have buzzers and microphones. It's like a TV production.
I like it.
It is super fun. And I actually brought a couple of questions that are Family
Let's
Feud
go.
questions. So if your viewers want to play along, you could also, shout out your answer at home. Now, these are going to be really easy. I write these myself, and these are Family Feud style questions. There's no right or wrong answer. You're just going to give me what you think your number one answer is, what you would say, and then I'll tell you what the people at our game show said last week. Okay? So
right.
a great one I like is, let's see here.
Do we buzz?
Oh, you could be bing, bing, bing. All right, here we go. Name a dog breed that starts with the letter B.
Bing, bing, bing.
Go ahead.
Here's the letter.
Bernese Mountain
Oh,
Dog.
birdies. So, oh my goodness. Somebody said this. Somebody said something about a birdies last time. What was yours?
Boxer.
Boxers and beagles were the number one answer.
Yeah.
Well,
Here we go. And you can just shout it out. You know the buzz. Name a job that requires you to wear gloves.
proctology.
Surgeon.
So doctors and nurses was the number one answer. I was like, proctology, I really hope you're wearing gloves for this job.
Yeah, gloves.
Now, here's one more. Yeah, you really hope it's like, we don't need this. All right, so here's a really good one. This one trips up a lot of people. Name one accessory that is an absolute must for snowmen.
Nose.
The carrot nose?
Carrot nose.
A scarf.
A scarf was the number 2 answer, but the number 1 answer was carrot nose. If it ain't got a carrot nose, it isn't a snowman.
There you go.
So you'll answer questions like that. Your team builds up points, and then we have a database of Family Feud questions, like actual ones, with the numbers of how many people voted from like the 1960s all the way through the 2010s.
Wow.
And so 2 from your team and 2 from their team will come up. I'll ask the questions. You'll smash buzzers. We've got kids playing adults.
And that's how you derived the number 1 answer.
Yes. Is that for the second half
Okay.
that we actually use actual questions for Family Feud. So the first half, it's just kind of everybody's building up points, just conversations, having a good time.
Wow.
So it's super fun. It's super unique. There's nothing like it in town. And It's kind of my new baby.
That's fun.
We're actually doing it. There's somebody that's been interviewed on this program before. Dirk, strangely, he does the Kimokwai anime conventions every year here.
Oh,
And,
yeah. You just pronounce it correctly.
Yeah.
I call it something else.
Well,
Yeah.
so I've done some voice acting on some anime pilots and things like that, work with some of them. So I do a panel there every year. And this year we are in talks, and hopefully, I'm not breaking any news right now, but hopefully we'll be able to do this same kind of game show in an anime format and make it a big to-do for those types of people's fans. So I'm spreading out across Conroe as best I can.
And B-52 is real popular for this. You know, the Otaku Festival's held there every year, and some of the other, and that's done in garb, you know.
Yeah.
What do you call it? What was the thing you
Well, you could dress up in cosplay.
LARPing,
Yeah.
cosplay.
You're just in cosplay. I love doing the events at B52 Brewery. They have so many good like food and food truck events, but also we've had like concerts out there. We've got some really cool ideas. So also another thing I do, just a thing, I own and operate Elder Emo Night. So we do the Emo Night concerts downtown. I did two of them last year. You can. A lot of people wear Vans, but most people dress
downtown. You mean?
I mean, like right around that corner. Yes. We get street permits to block off a part of the street, and we used to work with 202. They're no longer on with
Debbie
us.
Glenn picked up.
Yes, but I absolutely love that location because we could have the bands inside and bands outside, and we have all these vendors in the street, and it's an all ages event. So parents who loved this music in the early 2000s and late 90s are bringing their kids. They're 7, 8, 9, 10. My daughters come and work it. They sell T-shirts, and we do bracelet making stations and stuff. So it's super fun. Hopefully we can continue to do stuff like that. Depending on the permit situations, but that's all being worked out. But yes, we do a lot of fun stuff. I'm trying to bring as much business, as much foot traffic downtown, because more stuff. I sing and dance at the Crichton Theater. I've been in 2 shows there.
Really?
Yeah, I was in Beauty and the Beast. I was Lumière the Candlestick. And then,
be our guest.
And I was in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory too. So anything that brings more foot traffic downtown gets them to go see the theater and the new seats they're putting in.
Are they? I didn't know.
Actually, we should get Miss Montez on your show to tell us all about it. But then also, you know, there's my favorite bars and corner pub with live music. And there's just a lot to do downtown, farmers markets on the weekend. And having that foot traffic and getting that business, gives you that downtown feel.
I'm glad that you're bringing that back.
Yeah. And it's like,
alive again.
Well, you know, we got to just keep it boosted.
Yeah.
Because this is a big city. Conroe's the seat of Montgomery County. Like, this is very growing and hustle and bustle. And the foot traffic down there and just keeping people around and giving them a reason to be in downtown is very important.
And to stay and to stay. You know, I you know, if I'm going to eat and I feel like I'm the waiters refer to it as camping. You know, we got campers on table 17.
They've been here for 6 hours.
Yeah, that where you overstay the turn of the table.
Yeah,
you know? And I think in the right nights that this is a way where I just keep on snacking and drinking and eating and visiting and just becomes an experience rather than just feeding time.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not necessarily I came here to get drunk. You know what I mean? So I get to do all the above, I get to play along. Everybody on the table that I'm here with, my guests, get to also enjoy themselves. And I always walk away from your trivia feeling I learned something.
Oh, well, thank you, sir.
Well, because it's so hard, I didn't know 80% of the answers when you started, right? So, you know, pro and con. Other people seem to know. They seem to know.
Well, that's the thing. So if you're a connoisseur of good trivia, you tend to know a lot of things. I go to other people's trivia, like one of my, I wouldn't say my competitor, because me and him, we've done a lot of things. We were voice acting together. Okay. His name is Chaz, and he does trivia at Pacific Yard House and at various places. And I'll go to his, and people are like, "Oh, this guy's smart. He knows
the ringer."
And I lose. I just flat up lose. Because, you know, it's one thing to write the questions. It's another thing to answer them.
Yeah.
That's why I always tell people, I don't write the, they're like, what's the answer? I don't write the answers. I just write the questions. The answers write themselves.
That's crazy. Yeah, it existed long before, you know. I feel like that's That's a really nice little niche, and it's really makes the experience. I'm doing something else, and I immediately lose track of time.
Yeah, and that's another thing is that like you were saying, for instance, at Guadalajara's, my average game shows end up being from like an hour to 2 hours, depending on where I'm at and what I'm doing, and people just kind of sit around and they eat, but like there's plenty of space and there's enough tables, and like it never feels like you're overstaying your welcome. And Harry's just there walking around saying hi with his funky shorts or pants, cool hat on, he's just greeting people.
He's always so well coordinated.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll like try to get, weird coordination going so my outfit looks intentional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not what I had and I had to put on. I on purpose put this on, whether you like it or not. So it's not really making a statement. I just want it to be as if it was on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Really.
But also like Paulette's, like the French cafe, love it, right across the street.
Yeah.
And like I go in there and I eat and I never feel like it's a rush. It's not like the big corporate. I won't name a big corporate restaurant, but it's like these big corporate restaurants. You show up and it's like you got to wait 45 minutes to sit, and then you sit and here's a food, boom, boom, and here's a check, get out. Whereas like when you're downtown and you're in these restaurants, it's like come sit. Have a good time.
It's really nice.
I mean, maybe if it was so busy and packed, okay. Well, let's get there first. Let's get there first. But,
When we're there, we'll probably grow into that new attitude.
But,
so you've got some kids. Yeah, tell us about your kids.
Okay, so I have a 10-year-old daughter, a 13-year-old daughter, and a 23-year-old son. My son does a lot of my DJ work for me and stuff like that. He does like high school events, and we've done just.
I didn't know that was your son. I think I've met him.
Yeah, you probably. Yeah, he's the one that's there.
All right.
So we've done like the veteran memorial. I do their Christmas parties
Nice.
and things like that. They're gonna have a grand opening. We'll be DJing that. And then my daughters, they're big into theater as well. So they were just in the Christmas Carol, the musical. They were both had roles in there, and
Nice.
I enjoyed watching them thoroughly. And it's great for me for once because we're usually in the shows together. So I was in Charlie and Chocolate Factory. They were my Oompa Loompas.
What an experience.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so now I can just be a dad and watch. Maybe
You're
have-
right.
Yeah, maybe have a couple glasses of wine because they have at the Owen Theater. They got wine in the lobby. It's nice
They
now.
do.
It's
That's
fancy, big to do. So
We saw the Muir's music show, the event. Harold Muir, he does a magical show. Sorry,
I just heard about that. I
very
didn't get
good.
to see it.
it's like
but
$30, $25
Not
a
bad.
ticket.
no, they
and
said it was reasonably priced, and they were like, we were floored the whole time. We just loved all
very
of it.
good
And I
Vegas
was like-
style event. It's
I
all
was
the
like,
way.
Amazing.
He's-
we are offering so much here in Conroe, and I just want to get the word out more and get the feet traffic here. Like people are like, well, I don't like you got a brewery downtown. Well, I don't like beer. Have you been to the Firm? The Firm's got Meadery. What's mead? Go try it.
What is it? Miracle City
Yeah.
beer. The one that the Miracle. It's been a while since I've had their Miracle.
Oh no,
City,
I
but
love
love the Miracle City
the
beer.
Great Fire and all. They have stuff that rotates through. Shh, don't tell B52 Brewery. I love Foss. Foss is one of my favorite beers.
He's a pedigreed brewer. He's one of the few with the, he's pedigreed all the way. He goes, his heritage goes back to Germany, and not that, some of these other breweries don't have that influence or that mentorship in their brew production, but he is on staff. He is the running the show. Dylan's down there bringing it that way. They had the water tested there, and I know we got a lot of water issues
Right.
here in Conroe right now, but the water there was tested for the water that does come through, and it was the same grade as this town in Germany where they were producing the original beer.
Yeah, no, I
So
read
they had
Outstanding.
to test the waters. They were side by side, almost exact. And we were talking about crawfish, and I'll tell you that Allson's said they now sell crawfish, but will be next week, a week after next, which that's a little early. But now all these crawfish competitions, and there's one coming to downtown. Waldo, the crawfish critic's going to be doing his event downtown Conroe, and which is be his first one here. We usually go to the fairgrounds for it, but the fairgrounds imported all the water. Right, there's not taps there. Right, so all the water had to come by truck to help the cookers boil the crawfish.
Oh,
So in the competition, we were like going to booth, tasting it. I'm thinking, one of the ways to cut this corner is to bring your own water. Right, boil with your own water, right? So all the crawfish is going to have some similar taste to it because they all use the same tap.
yeah.
The same water. So if you're into the details, one of the details suggestions I'll make for future crawfish competitions, and the one in Conroe, I'd like, bring your own water. Try different water as far everybody's using different ingredients, but the only thing in common is the water and the crawfish.
Yeah.
But what if we change the water?
Well, you're not wrong because they say that like in Philadelphia, was it cheesesteaks, the Philly cheesesteaks, they're the best up there. Well, why? The beef isn't that much different. The cheese isn't that much different, and the onions aren't. It's the bread. The bread is made with this water, and whatever they said, like they're like, some people were like, it's all the lead in the water. It makes the bread great. I'm like, it's also causing cancer, but it makes that bread fantastic.
When I typically use water, most for all breads. Sometimes there's a flour bake, like with milk.
Yeah.
Where you don't use water.
Right.
In sourdough, do you use water?
Oh yeah, we use water, but we use all like purified water, so we make sure our water's clean.
But
Yeah.
Sourdough's water. I
yeah.
never make sourdough. You got to have the pre-make thing. Or...
Yeah, so we have our starter, our active starter.
this
There we
thing,
go.
yeah.
Yeah. Her name is Stacy.
Still out of my reach. How old
Yeah.
is Stacy?
About 13 years old.
Dang.
Yeah.
Her starter dough is 13 years old.
She's been through a lot.
So when you talk about those little nuances, like the bread, we went
Yeah.
to Tony's down there in Philly, and it was amazing. It was really good. I'm not blown away, but for a Philly, it's really good, and it's gigantic. So I'm like all into it. But I was like, why does it taste so much better? I couldn't really, like you said, it's all the same stuff.
And they also say like New York pizza has a different taste and different feel and that's because the water they use to make the dough is coming from, old New York, as opposed to some pump here in, small town Texas, which would make certain things like maybe crawfish boil have a different flavor, a different taste.
I feel like it would.
Water's a overlooked ingredient that can be kind of mixed and matched and
it would set you apart a bit.
It
It would definitely have the opportunity.
And if you don't believe it, drink a bottle of Dasani versus a bottle of some, Maker's Mark Walmart brand versus a bottle of this. Those bottles taste different. One of them tastes like your toilet water. One of them tastes like it's from a spring. The other one tastes like...
Some have no scent. Some have some scent. I can smell something in this water. I don't know what it is. It's very faint, but I definitely smell a little something.
Yeah.
And others, you zero nothing as it should be, I would assume. But... out of my lane.
Let's just talk about bread all day.
By all means.
It's just like, absolutely. Actually, I finally know what we're talking about.
Well, you're at facebook.com/Trivia Time Entertainment or Trivia Time Texas.
Yeah, if you search Trivia Time Entertainment, or if you search Conroe Trivia Time into Google, like I'm one of the first things that pops up generally. You'll see a little yellow emblem with 2 T's. But definitely Tuesdays at Guadalajara's, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at the B52 Brewery. That's my main gig, my main show. If you want to see something fun, for instance, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving is one of my busiest bingo nights of the year because people's families are in town.
Okay.
And they're like, well, what are we going to do with them on a Wednesday beforehand? And it's a generational game show. We're playing songs from the 1940s all the way through the 2020s. So like the kids are going to know Drake, but grandma and grandpa are going to know Patsy Cline. The parents in the middle are going to know those 80s, 90s songs. And you work as a team together to fill out your cards. And I know this song. Oh, I don't know the name of this song, but that's Green Day for sure. And next thing you know, bam, 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 people are calling bingo. We got noisemakers and tambourines.
That's super fun.
It's wild. And then
what happens at the emo thing?
Oh, so at emo night, So I hire bands from out of Houston, tribute bands. So I've got
emo tribute.
Yeah. So we've got a band.
Throw a few names. What kind of artists?
So for
do
instance,
they cover?
Take This to Our Grave is a Fall Out Boy band, and some people, I know people that are in their 50s, and they were like, I didn't know these were emo songs. I hear them on the radio all the time, like Thanks for the Memories and blah blah blah. But also we have, I have a Paramore tribute band. And they were phenomenal. I would like to have them back to headline. We had a Blink-182 tribute band, which, if you're more older, early 90s, like that's pop punk.
Yeah, that's me.
But that's like the mid-90s, like that's coming into like from pop punk into emo. So if you're into this type of what I would say is it's like 80s night for millennials.
Okay.
Emo night is just like 80s night for millennials. It's these kind of songs that you grew up in as a subculture. And it's really fun. And I just wanted to, bring a different kind of show to downtown because you always have one guy with a guitar singing a song, which is great and all, but it's like, I've seen a lot of that in Conroe, and we're not as country as everything seems. Some of us like punk or rock or pop or something. And then also I wanted to do something all ages because these kids never get to go to concerts. I remember being a teenager and going to Ozfest, but I didn't live in this small town back then.
Right.
But I was going to Ozfest and I was seeing these huge bands and Linkin Park and all that stuff. And these kids are never going to really get to experience that, or at least what I experienced. And we should have it here in this small town. So I actually have a Linkin Park tribute band that I can bring up here. There's Green Day tribute bands, and Sublime tribute bands, and I find all these really good people, like really good tribute bands, and I just bring them up here.
Are you for hire? I mean, can we like
For me? Like, I'm not that great of a band. I sing, though.
No,
Got a great singing voice.
Entertainment.
Oh,
Texas Time
absolutely.
Trivia.
Absolutely. I do.
Or Texas Time Entertainment.
I forgot to say, I do private parties, so I've done weddings and things like that. The weddings are super fun because people are like, trivia at a wedding? What do you mean? That sounded weird. But the bride and the groom constantly or regularly need to escape and do other things, like get their pictures taken. So after you say I do's, you're all your family and your drunk uncle and they're harassing the wait staff and all this stuff while you're trying to get your pictures done and be outside with the wedding. So what I do is I entertain them. And so we'll do games like bride or groom. And I'll be like, who broke their leg when they were 5 years old, bride or groom? Or who took tango lessons in college, bride or groom? Who played violin in high school, bride or groom? Who was captain of the soccer team? But
This reminds me of a little airport game we played called Fat or Pregnant.
I'll
give the details later.
He's got the jokes. And then another one we do is how old are they? And I'll have an iPad and I'll show two pictures of them at the same age. And grandma will be like, oh, I remember that. I bought that uniform. They were this age. Or we were in high school together. That was our senior year. We must have been that age. So we do that. And then we have a great game called the shoe game, which is extremely fun and embarrassing and fun. We take the bride and the groom, we set them in chairs back to back, and they each have one of their shoes. So they got a bride shoe, groom shoe. And I'll ask them questions, basic stuff like, whose car is messier? And so the bride and the groom both hold the bride shoe up because it's obvious.
Oh, they have
Then,
one of each.
yeah. So they'll be telling who's who. And every once in a while, they'll not be on the same page. For instance, who wants to have kids more? So the groom holds his shoe and the bride holds her shoe. And they can't see, but the whole crowd is oohing and eyeing and yammering. And then I'll be like, whose family is the crazy one? and so the bride will hold her shoe up and the groom will hold the bride's shoe up. But the bride's family knows. They're all hooting and hollering and stuff. Yeah, it's us. We're the wild ones.
We win this one.
We do fun trivia games at weddings too. But we also just DJ weddings. I do MCing, so I use my voice to kind of keep the crowd and people together, get the speakers up
Could
and
you
do their
introduce
announcements.
a boxing match?
Oh, yes.
Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get ready to rumble.
Oh, nice.
I was like, I don't want to peek out here, but yeah, I've got
Fantastic.
I've got this radio voice. I also I've done
voice.
voice acting, so I was Enu, the lord of the underworld, something blah blah blah.
The Underminer.
Yeah. And then I was I got this accent. What is it? Vegetables, get your fresh vegetables here. Get your pre-loved vegetables, pre-owned vegetables here. Once upon a time, vegetables. I got that voice.
And you got the candlestick from the Beauty and the Beast.
Actually, I learned, so that was funny. I auditioned for a part. I wanted to be Gaston because I've just been doing Gaston my whole life. And that part was already gone. And then I wanted to be the clock. And they were like, oh, how about you be Lumiere, the candlestick? I was like, you want me to come back here in less than 24 hours with a French accent? And she was like, I believe in you. You're a voice actor. So I went home. I learned a French accent, got the part. And then I was like, but I'm still not good enough. I don't want to be like a mockery. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to mock it. So what I did is I went to Paulette's. And there was a gal there. I think her name was Pauline. No, she was a worker, but she was from France. Oh. She was from South France, and I was like, "Hey," I was like, "I will give you I'll give you all like 4 tickets to the show, and I'll pay you, but I need you to sit down with me for an hour and read all my lines." So she would read the line, and she'd be like, "Mon Dieu," and I'd be like, "Mon Dieu," and I'd read the name, and she's like,
wow,
"No,
perfect."
I'm like, "Is it Guillermo?" And she's like, "No, it's Guillaume. Guillaume. My brother's name's Guillaume. So, this is Guillaume. It's the houseboy Guillaume." And so I'm listening to her say it and talk, and that's kind of how I got my French accent.
Very wise of you to take that step. Yeah, French is tough. I like some French music, but I'm always worried about what are they talking about. I mean, this song's got a good beat, and the sad part is I eventually start singing along, kind of like humming in choir,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm kind of, but I'm like almost saying things, like somewhat of a word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's that. But nevertheless, I don't know any other words, But so we can find you at Facebook. You said Trivia Time Entertainment, Trivia Time Texas. You can find that Carlos Holstein.
Also I was gonna say I'm on Instagram too. The parent company we're with is the Space City Shindigs LLC, because we're trying to branch out into different things. Trivia Time encompasses one aspect of what we do, but it doesn't encompass the emo nights, and it doesn't encompass the weddings as much. And you know what I'm saying? So we're really trying to build and also I've got some entertainers that are working for me. So people that are outgoing personalities, or like they fancy themselves game show hosts, they can get in front of a crowd and keep that panache, like I'm hiring those cats and they're working my gigs for me. So I get them started, I get the crowd built, and then a year or two down the road I'm passing off to somebody else and they're running the shows and managing the shows while I move to the next spot. And we just kind of build these things from the ground up, get the fan base already in, and then introduce new entertainers until one sticks.
That's fantastic.
And once one sticks, boom.
So what's the upcoming show over at the Kreitner Owen? You got something coming up?
Oh, so my next audition, I've got a show somebody wants me to audition for, and they got the show I'm thinking about audition for. But my next audition is probably going to be 1776. It's the 250th anniversary of America. And 1776 will be playing around the 4th of July. So,
what role were you looking for?
So, this one's really easy for me because I don't have a super dog in the hunt. There are 18 different congressmen, because it's about the Declaration of Independence.
Sure.
So, main characters are John Adams. I don't think I'm smart enough, and I'm not really like crass enough. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I'm like hated enough, because the whole play is hated. He's kind of cranky. He's cantankerous. And then I don't think I am a Ben Franklin. I know a guy who's going to be perfect for Ben Franklin, so I'm not even going to compete against him. But there are a couple of characters that have really great songs, and I have a really big voice. So I'd really like to just nail one of these
roles,
like Rutledge. Senator Rutledge, he sings about slavery, and it's a big song. And then there's Lee, the Congressman Lee or whatever, and he sings a hilarious song about himself, and it's so good. So there are just some really good parts, but I could just be anybody and fill in and still have and still be happy with the show. So.
Well, big shout out to the girls over at Montgomery Junior High, Sophia and Violet. We'll get in trouble if we don't. Sophia and Violet out there.
Definitely.
Watching at home there.
That's another thing is that Montgomery High School, because my kids are such big theater nuts. My daughter, my 13-year-old, she's gonna be going to Montgomery High sooner than later, and they have such a good theater program. Well, we redistricting and all that, but they have such a good theater program. They had Frozen, like the musical.
I heard about that. It went really well.
And if you know how much these kinds of shows cost to get the rights from Disney, I mean, it's like $25,000. So they've got big band boosters. They've got really big stage. They've got a really good. Wow. I'm very hopeful that my daughter will make it into their theater program, because it's phenomenal. I really like what Montgomery High School is doing.
Well, Carlos, we're very glad to have you on the program today. Thank you for making time to come out. We'll catch you on Tuesdays over at Guadalajara's for Trivia Night, Wednesday through Thursday,
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at B52, 7 to 9.
Fantastic.
There's always something to do at B52.
Trivia Time Entertainment with Carlos Holstein. Folks, we'll be right back with the Texas Ticket segment of the show. We're also bringing in our musical guest, Shaneludwig, to join us there for the Texas Ticket segment of the show.
On my... So won't you kick your feet up if you have...
Hey, this is Andrew from the Audience of One show, airing Fridays at 10 a.m. on Montgomery County's favorite radio station, 106.1 and 104.5 FM, and streaming on irlonestar.com. Make sure to listen to me and the Lieutenant of Merriment, self-proclaimed funny man Dick Schisler, with our unique blend of observational humor, antics, and odd news stories. Available on all podcast forums and even YouTube if you're the kind of person who likes to watch. For more information, visit us at irlonestar.com/AOO.
Lone Star Radio.
Here's my original song, Another 10,000 Times. You're the sun in my sky. Your stars are wrapped around my moon. You're the reason I lie. Yeah, the reason I die is true. But when you feel like hope is lost in time blue, or when you wonder if I'm still in love with you, I need you to know you are the apple of my eye. And the reason I know is 'cause I couldn't picture living without you. I hope you see the reason I try another 10,000 times. It's 'cause I finally found the love of my life. So how many times will it be that you have to ask me how I feel? I can't believe you can't see the way I feel inside my soul. But if I've gotta show you another 10,000 times, I will. But if you give me a chance, I'll show you this is real. I need you to know you are the apple of my eyes. And in case you didn't know, I couldn't picture living life without you. I hope you see the reason I try another 10,000 times. It's 'cause I finally found the love of my life. I need you to know you are the apple of my eye. And the reason I know is 'cause I couldn't picture living without you. I hope you see the reason I try another 10,000 times. It's 'cause I finally found the love of my life. But if I've gotta show you another 10,000 times, I will.
So very nice. Shane
Beautiful.
Ludwig, another 10,000 times. It's self-written, self-played. Fantastic, Shane. Shane, where can they find you? How do they know about how to hear more of your music, you said?
On Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Also, usually I go live on TikTok quite frequently, and I post regularly on the others. But also, you can find a music video for that song under my YouTube, just under Shane Ludwig. And it's the Another 10,000 Times official music video.
Nice.
But
Very
also Spotify, Apple iTunes, Amazon, wherever you get your music from, you can find me there as well.
And on Facebook, we're Shane Ludwig Official. You can find him there. Thank you, Shane. We're going to kind of run through a few of these on our calendar, which is the Punch Your Texas Ticket segment of the show. Shane, is there some upcoming events we can see you live playing?
So We do have some cool things coming up. Actually, on the 6th of February, I'll be doing my Ludwig Madsen duo. That is me and my drummer, Patrick Madsen. He's the drummer for
6th, February 6th, you said?
February 6th.
Yes, sir.
And that's going to be over at Knight's Tavern in Plantersville. It's next to the Renaissance Festival Fairgrounds.
Uh-huh.
So that place just opened. They're a great new venue, and they've got a super cool giant castle jungle gym outside for the kids to play on, and a full bar and a great kitchen that was just opened recently.
Is that that white buildings? Those white buildings? Oh, yeah. I've seen this place. It's like an overnight stay place, campground, and tiny homes.
They've got kind of a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and they're painted. No, it's not in the raw. You know what I mean? The other ones I've seen have all been that rustic oak look. You know, they all pine everything. You know, but this one looks painted in more, you know, contemporary.
Right.
Yeah, cleaner. And the building, it's like a two-story or better building. It's a good sized building where
it's very large, and the acoustics are really good on it. And they also
I bet
they have a nice sound system as well. But I'll also be over at Conroe Lake House playing by myself.
Conroe Lake House
on January 24th, and also over at Cork This Tap That on January 17th for those who are trying to get out kind of quicker.
That's Saturday.
So that's coming up here real soon. And I've also just started doing karaoke night to kind of keep my pipes where they need to be so I can perform each weekend over at Cork This Tap That every Wednesday. So
fantastic.
We'll be doing that tomorrow.
We look forward to seeing that and meeting you up at those places. But we're going to run through the calendar and go through kind of, I guess, all the stuff coming up. Stuff that's important to Texans, stuff that's convenient for Texans, and occasionally some things that might make you just a little more Texan. You know, there's ways to do that, and a lot of people try to acclimate as quick as they can by trying to fake an accent. Well, that helps, I guess, you know, but, you know, there's a lot of other things you can do, and, I mean, you can drink a whole lot of bourbon or tequila and go ride a bull in the rodeo for a few years, and you'd be more Texan than when you started. Right, for sure.
Right, for sure.
There was no doubt about it. You can get a whole bunch of cows and goats and start multiplying them and raising them, and within a couple of years, you
get
got
some
a little
chickens
bit
too.
on you. You know what I mean? Yeah, chickens. You're a little more Texan when it's done. You know, West Sandy Creek Winery's got Kim Carver performing live January 31st from 4 to 7 there at the winery, the home of Sadiq. Sadiq, he's a camel.
Okay.
Yeah, Sadiq. Yeah, he gave me a carrot to go feed here's a carrot, you can feed the camel if you'd like. I went on, hey Sadiq, how are you? And he ran straight over and he sees the carrot in my other hand, and I was figuring he'd just like one bite.
One bite. That's all it took.
I was like, oh my gosh, that carrot was like in a blender. You know, it was like, I'm like, wow, okay, you need a lot of carrots for Sadiq, not one carrot.
I got
It ain't a rabbit.
It ain't a rabbit. It's a camel.
Yeah, and camels won't necessarily make you more Texan, but there are lately a lot of camels out and about. I saw one over in Todd Mission right next door to that Knight's place that Mr. Ludwig was talking about. And they had camels at the Ren Fest, single hump.
Wow.
You know, Sadiq is a double hump. I'm not sure if they have actual names. I'm sure they do, but
most likely
that guy keeps calling them by the hump camel. You know, I've never seen a triple hump, but it might be one out there somewhere. Triple hump camel or a no hump camel. They just call those horses.
Yeah.
You know,
two-seater.
There's some donkeys.
A two-seater. Yeah, it's got that. Anyway. It's not what I'm supposed to be talking about. Sadiq's on the mind. Okay, West Sandy Creek Winery. That's going to Montgomery, Texas. Take a ride going down that way past the front with Conroe at your back. And she's Kim Carver. I brought her up. She crosses over a little something like Emmylou Harris or Dolly Parton.
Okay, nice.
You know, that kind
like
of sound.
that.
So you should expect some of that. The Lone Star Throwdown, the LST hashtag LST.
LST.
You know, and it's a little too crazy for some people. It is. Advertisers, you know, show goers. But not to low riders, hot riders, truck designers, developers, makers from all over the state come out for this thing and have religiously done it. You know, it's one of the largest producing crowds and vehicles of miscellaneous vehicles from different folks. Some of the biggest names in auto, you know, aftermarket that outside of SEMA.
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
You know, I mean, they're definitely doing it. The Lone Star Throwdown is February 20th through 22nd at the Montgomery County Fairgrounds. You can catch that out there, and you can find them online at LoneStarThrowdown.com. Now, here's one that caught my eye. Belleville, Texas. Belleville. The big city of Belleville. You can go down to Belleville. Rock the Country event.
Okay.
The Rock the Country event is May 1st and 2nd, featuring Kid Rock, Jason Aldean, Josh Ward, Shenandoah, etc.
That's a big show.
That is a big
That's a
show.
big
You
show.
had me at Kid Rock. I was like, where? Kid Rock's going to be in Belleville? We might get to talk. You know, I'll have a beer with Kid Rock. Because nobody, if you don't wear a shirt, Kid Rock is more likely to talk to you. Semi-facts. Semi-facts.
Semi-facts.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a fact, though, that he may or may not. Moto Extreme is having the X-Riders Cup over at the Lone Star Exposition Center January 24th from 5 to 7. 24th from 5 to 7. You can find them at motoextremecircus.com. Yeah, and that's where they ride inside that ball.
Okay.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm expecting a lot, you know.
Yeah.
Moto Extreme, you know.
Expect extreme.
You know, in Texas, it's got to be extra extreme. 'Cause we're
Yeah.
doing extreme in the driveway.
Gotta go big.
That's already happening. Great boat sale also over at the Lone Star Convention Center. The boat sale is hosted by One Water Marine. The Lone Star Convention Center has them February 6th and 7th and 8th. 3-day event, different times for each day. Please check it out. ConroeBoatSale.com. Grand Central Park Conroe is having the Hyatt Home Show, and I think it's the Lifestyles event. The Grand Central Park community will be there at the Hyatt. This home show features, you know, all the stuff you'd expect at a home show. Yeah. February 14th and 15th, showcasing local builders and home-related products. A few from Do-Si-Do, the Big Barn. I want to skip down to Sundance Head's going to be out there on January 31st. You can catch him at the Big Barn. Jake Bush, February 6th. Scotty Alexander, February 7th. And the one I'm watching right now is Harriet. Harriet's going to be, Harriet's going to, it's called Trying to Get That Feeling Again. And last week I couldn't figure out where that lyric came from, but it's a Barry Manilow song. It's a Barry Manilow hit from 1975. Trying to Get That Feeling Again. Anyway, she's been known with sounds like Carole King, Christopher Cross, Barry Manilow, of course, and interlacing her nostalgic material with the Eagles, Fleetwood Mac, the Carpenters. She's been known to reminiscent of Karen Carpenter.
We love it.
Yeah, had me at Karen Carpenter. Like, really? Also, Do-Si-Do, the Big Barn. Zach Rushing going to bring his comedy flavor out there February 28th to the Big Barn. You can catch him there. It's an 18-plus show. Yeah. 18 plus?
18 plus.
And that's a rarity over there. Cody, it doesn't happen very often to get restrictions on tickets.
18 plus, you guys.
Yeah. Cody Hibbard at the Big Barn, March 6th. And love what Cody Hibbard's doing, all his work on the side. He does a lot with our veterans and supporting them in different ways. And we kind of talk about that in a few other episodes. Eric Knowles was in the show last week. Eric Knowles, comedian. He's also going to be out there. There's going to be an opening act. It is a $20 ticket. Easy
Good
to
deal.
get in, a great value. There'll be 2 different comedians there. You can catch them March 8th at 7:30 p.m. at the Big Bar. Tickets are on sale now. And you got a little something for us. What do you got?
Oh, yeah. So every Thursday, I will be at the local hall, and that's in the Wood Forest area. And we are there from 9 a.m. to 11. We are we're opening up a market, so we have a few vendors. And if you guys are interested,
That's
come
hall.
out.
With
That's the hall.
H-A-U-L.
Correct.
Local hall.
Local hall.
Okay.
So come out if you want to be a vendor. Come talk to us and see what we're interested in. And then every Friday and Wednesdays, we do our drops at our new store in Ranch Revival in Montgomery.
Love that place.
So get your fresh bread and check out some goats.
And you bring the fresh stuff on Thursdays, you said?
Every Friday and Wednesdays. So tomorrow we're doing a drop and Friday, and you guys have been supporting us very well. We've been dropping every day. So
Fantastic.
We've been selling out. So thank you very much.
And so the KOA campground, farmers market show, you're good at that thing. You're working it, right?
Oh yes, we work that every Saturday. If I'm not there, it's my brother. So my brother is my partner. So he's been helping me, and
That's fantastic.
so it's
That's
a
really
family
good stuff.
affair.
That's great.
Yes.
And y'all seem to be having more fun than everybody else over in your booth. and a lot of great stuff. And then, the farmers market over there is unique in a lot of ways. They do the milk, the meat, the produce, the breads, the dough, the flour, everything you can think of. I'm snipping my own
Everything, but
sprouts.
you have to remember everything's farm fresh and all organic too. So it's
That's right.
all organic.
Every weekend on Saturdays, the downtown Conroe Montgomery Farmers Market is also, the Main Street Market, downtown Conroe, is every Saturday also, reoccurring. But the KOA is Saturday and Sunday.
KOA is just Saturday.
Just Saturday?
Yeah, from
Okay.
9 to 12.
So both of these are just Saturdays. Thank you for the
Yeah.
correction. You can come out and catch it at 301 North Thompson Street here in Conroe, or you can go out to the Montgomery Farmers Market where you can visit with all the fresh breads out there and visit with my co-host and her brother out there. Well,
We'd love to meet you.
I'd like to thank you for coming on the show.
I appreciate your invite.
Yeah. And I'd also like to thank the Conroe Downtown Area Association, Lone Star Community Radio, and Treehouse Cafe out in Magnolia, friends of ours, and Way Better Audio and Visual. We had a great New Year's get together with those guys, and you can just imagine what kind of party he puts on. Huntsville to Spring, Porter to Bryan, thank you for listening. We appreciate you watching the Texas Ticket every single week. Please feel free to follow that link down below and make a donation. Watch some of the previous episodes. Talk about your friends if you see them on the program. We're a nonprofit organization and we rely on support like yours. Mr. Ludwig, why don't you close us out with your call?
All right. Well, here's the original song. It's one of my more recent releases called "You're Not Alone." Passed by your house, you were lying on the ground in the rain. You had your hands on your heart, and you were holding all your pain. You tried to hide your tears behind the drops that were hitting your face. I stopped by and lay down beside you just to say that you're not alone, you're not far from home. And I know it feels like everything's gone wrong. There's so many people thought that the easy way out was the best way to go, but I need you to stand up, 'cause you're not alone. You're tired and burdened by a heart that aches. You got left behind through all of your mistakes. You're so empty inside that you're just trying to keep up the pace. But don't let your demons win. Don't forget what I'm saying. The good Lord will help you to find your way. 'Cause you're not alone. You're not far from home. And I know it feels like everything's gone wrong. There's so many people feel like the easy way out was the best way to go. But I need you to stand up, 'cause you're not alone. So when the road seems too long, you don't feel you can go on. That's why I'm here now, to help you to be strong. You should know that I need you and that you're loved. We need you around. You're not alone. You're not far from home. And I know it feels like everything's gone wrong. There's so many people thought that the easy way out was the best way to go. But I need you to stand up, 'cause you're not alone.